little bit of history of NASCAR. The birth of speed. NASCAR, for many of you that don't know, was originally founded by moonshiners. They were trying to outrun the cops, so they souped up their cars, and one day they decided they'd race each other to get the faster car. The first race, believe it or not, it was actually held on the beach in Daytona, Florida. Older tracks, these are some of the famous tracks. Martinsville Speedway is the only track that is still used today on today's circuit that was used on the first circuit in NASCAR. Darlington Raceway, not much to say about it. It's one of the older tracks, and it was NASCAR's first super speedway. Daytona International Speedway was founded by Bill France Sr. in 1959. The first race on that beach was in 1949, so it took 10 years for him to get to building the speedway. Richmond International, here's some statistics about it. In 1946, it was built as a half-mile dirt track. In 53, it had its first NASCAR race. In 68, they paved the track. In 1988, they had the track reconfigured, and they made it longer to a 3/4 mile track. And in 1991, it had its first night race. The first Sprint Cup Series race was held in Charlotte on June 19th in 1949. Some of the icons over the decades. This is Bill Francis Sr. He was the founder of NASCAR pretty much. He decided to have a meeting with drivers at the Streamline Hotel in Florida right before they organized the race on the Daytona Beach. Right here, this is Robert Glenn Johnson Jr., better known as Junior Johnson. And this is his mugshot from the one time he got caught running moonshine in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Today he's an entrepreneur, he's a radio broadcaster, and I'm pretty sure he has his own moonshining company now. Red Byron and his Ford Modified. The significance about this is the race on the beach, he won the first race in NASCAR. Lee Petty in 1959, he won the Daytona 500, which is like the Super Bowl of NASCAR. He won in front of 41,000 fans in 1959. Wendell Scott in 1963. He was the first African American to win a NASCAR event. Later on, the second would be Darrell Wallace Jr. in 2013 in a Truck Series race. These two right here, Richard Petty, he was also known as the King. He won 7 championships, and he got his 7th in 1979. Later on, Dale Earnhardt, who was known as the Intimidator, won his 7th championship in 1994 to match him. Darrell Waltrip, he was not very popular among fans in NASCAR. However, though, he's a 3-time champion, a radio broadcaster, and that's about it. I think he has 2 sons or 1 son that is driving. Bobby Allison, he is another icon in NASCAR. He was known as one of the members of the Alabama Gang. The Alabama Gang was just a bunch of drivers from the South, and I'm pretty sure that not all of them were from Alabama, but they were all come together as the Alabama Gang. His significance, he's a Hall of Famer. He won the 83 championship, and he had 84 wins, including the coveted Daytona 500. These are my works cited, and NASCAR, it has evolved as a sport. It's gone through 7 generations of cars, and it's made its own stamp on history, and people today, they may not know the history of NASCAR, but all this was founded by moonshiners just trying to run, and that's about it.
Time.
We're